the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, Hawkeye Volleyball is brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Wellmark, you're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes from Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield, University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives, and by Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Now live, this is Hawkeye Volleyball.
From Extreme Arena at the Iowa River Landing, it's time for Iowa Hawkeye Volleyball. Live from Coralville, the Northwestern Wildcats are in town to take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. A good Sunday afternoon to you, and welcome to the broadcast. Alongside color analyst Reagan Coyle, filling in for John Evans, I'm John Leo. It's senior day today for the Hawkeyes, and Iowa will honor 6 athletes today on remarkable careers in the black and gold. The second to last home match for the Hawkeyes here at Extreme Arena. Northwestern enters with an 11-14 record, 5-10 in the Big Ten. The Wildcats were dropped by Nebraska in 4 sets in Lincoln on Wednesday. Offensively, the Wildcats are led by Julia San Giacomo. Alexa Russo is a composed and experienced setter for Northwestern. A couple of names to watch for this afternoon. Iowa wraps up this weekend after falling to Illinois 3-0 on Friday night. Coach Barnes and the Hawkeyes welcome fans into Extreme Arena today for Senior Day and bid farewell to 6 Super Hawkeyes. It's the Wildcats and Hawkeyes, Northwestern and Iowa, live from Extreme Arena with first serve coming in moments. Let's welcome in color analyst Reagan Coyle. Reagan, it's Senior Day. The emotions of Senior Day are at play here this afternoon.
Yes, Senior Day is a very emotional day. When you first come into college volleyball, it just seems like, you're going to be here forever, and all of a sudden, before you know it, it's Senior Day, and it's your last day, or, second to last day playing on your home court, and you just have to make the most of it. So much fun, and I feel like it just has a different feel to it. You just play a little bit more carefree, kind of enjoying each and every point, regardless of the outcome. Yeah, emotions are high for sure. Iowa
in search of their first conference win. Wow, it would be super special to get it on Senior Day. And
absolutely.
So let's see if the Hawkeyes can knock off Northwestern here today. Iowa occupies the near half of the court. Northwestern down to the far end to the right. They'll serve it right to left to get us started. Ortega sets it up middle for McSweeney, and an early point. A couple of seniors right there. Ortega to McSweeney. Iowa on the board first.
Absolutely. A little change from Friday night. We do have Amanda Darling in as the libero tonight with the different colored jersey here, so let's see what she can do in the back row.
Natalie Moravec will serve left to right for Iowa. Hawkeyes wearing their gold tops. Northwestern in all black today. Good serve from Moravec. Far side block there at the net by Buettner and McSweeney. They team up and return to sender. Hawks up 2-0 in the first set.
That was a great close by McSweeney in the middle. Buettner was set up in a great spot there on the pin, and McSweeney closed that block to create a roof.
Moravec ready. Here's the serve. Clips the top of the net. Set from the middle to the near side now for Northwestern. They go back left corner and score it on the kill. 2-1. Iowa starting with McSweeney, Moravec, Buettner, Deary, Darling, Ortega, and Vesti today. Ellie Stinson to serve for Northwestern. She's their libero. She'll send it over. Darling pops it up on one over. And now back on Iowa's side. Darling ready for Buettner, far side. Top spins it over. Dug out by Northwestern. Middle of the floor, far side. Tapped over. Good recovery there by Deary. Ortega sets it up middle. Back row attack from Moravec. Picked up by Northwestern. They'll push it over. Just setting it over on 3 there. Ortega sets up middle. No, pushes it over. And Northwestern keeps it off the floor on a couple of taps there. Iowa with another chance. Buettner blocked off the block and down for the Hawkeyes 3-1.
Good defensive effort on Iowa's side there. Nice rally. It's a good swing by Buettner. Going high hands, not a super powerful swing, but off the high hands, it's super hard for the defense to track down on Northwestern's side.
Much better start for Iowa compared to Friday. Amanda Darling will serve, a junior from Oswego, Illinois. Serves it over. Middle set for Northwestern, kept alive. Deary gets it over on 2. Another opportunity now for Northwestern. They'll top spin it over. Darling dives for it. Couldn't get good connection on it. Falls to the floor. Point to Northwestern. Iowa leads at 3-2 in the first set.
Besides that one that found the floor, I feel like the Hawks are playing really good defense on their side. A lot of balls that would maybe touch the floor on Friday night are getting continued into rallies tonight.
Northwestern comes in after giving Nebraska their 6th dropped set at home for the Huskers. So that's a very impressive stat that Northwestern was able to go in there and take a set off the Huskers, who had only dropped 5 sets at home the entire season. We're getting into the last month. Northwestern with a service error there, and so it's 4-2 Iowa in the first set. Kaya Mateo comes in. She'll serve right away for Iowa. Left to right. Sends it over. Nice hard line drive serve. Good running attack there for Northwestern. Blocked initially. Northwestern gets another crack at it. Pushed over. Mateo and Buechner come together. They bump into one another. Vesti is at the net. Blocked back onto Iowa's side. Mateo sets it up. Ooh, nobody's there for the Hawks, but Buechner just has to shove it over. Northwestern on the attack now. Davis pops it up. We've got stoppage, and this will be a point to Northwestern on a net violation on the Hawks.
Yeah, Darling was there to take the second contact. Whenever the setter takes the first ball, it is the libero's responsibility to get that second ball, get it up for one of the hitters to take a swing at. Davis in the middle, she just kind of thought she was maybe in a better position, but with her back to the net, it's hard to tell how close you are.
Here's San Giacomo to serve it. 6'5", but Iowa gets her right off serve. The Hawkeyes with good passing. That's something that we've talked about before. Good passing to start this one, and then a good termination there. 5-3 Hawks.
Yes, passing and defense looks a lot better tonight than it did Friday. They're able to run just so much more on offense.
Here's Caitlin Buechner to serve. One of the seniors today goes down the line on the far sideline. Northwestern receives it, and they'll get a kill there. Nice termination there. Hit it right to Mateo, but with enough pace on it where deflected off of her forearm and out. 5-4 Iowa with the lead. Dotson to serve now for Northwestern. She'll attack from the far corner. This is deep and out. Good read there by Darling and Buechner to let that go.
Yeah, it was great communication. We even heard them from all the way over here on the sideline here. I think that was something that they struggled with on Friday night too, was just the lack of communication as a passing unit.
Here's freshman Rosa Vesti. She'll serve it. Iowa leads 6-4 in the opening set. Rosa served it into the net, so an error for the Hawkeyes. 6-5 now. Tight set to get us started this Sunday afternoon. Northwestern serving right to left. This is a left-handed serve. Darling will pick it up. Mateo in the middle. Far side for Moravec, but the point goes to Northwestern on a double contact there by Mateo.
Yeah, Mateo had a couple of those on Friday. Just doesn't come off clean, and yeah, just something they can clean up on Iowa's side. Just better ball control and keep the rally going.
Tied at 6 now. Short serve that the Hawkeyes let go. A little miscommunication there. It'll be an ace for Northwestern. Fell right in between the front row and the back row there.
Got to have some early communication on those that are going to land in between. The front row is kind of trying to get out of the way to transition and get ready to hit. The back row's got to pursue those.
Northwestern with their first lead today, 7-6. Here's a serve that clips the top of the net. Here's Moravec on the far side. Goes with a top spin attempt and a good swing there, and poor contact on Northwestern's side. Deflects out of bounds. Tied at 7.
Kind of a similar swing that we saw from Buechner earlier. Just a roll shot, but it's just high above the hands and hard enough for the defense to have to struggle tracking down on Northwestern's side.
Tied at 7. Ortega serves it. Goes down the line. Set to the far side now for Northwestern. Deary's there to pop it up for Ortega. Now to Moravec. Blocked initially. Northwestern keeps it alive on their side. They'll set it over on 3. Here's Ortega. Sets it up for McSweeney, who finds the back line. Point to the Hawkeyes. Ortega and McSweeney team up for the point.
Two great ups there by Deary playing her off-blocker defense. They struggled on Friday night just trying to communicate as to who was going to pick up that ball between the libero and Deary, and it looks much cleaner tonight. It's a great play.
A little bit of a softer serve from Ortega. Northwestern with the far side attack. They go cross court here, and Buettner dove for it, couldn't quite get it. Tied at 8. It's good execution from the Wildcats side of the floor. They're back on serve now. Send it over. Darling pops it up for Ortega in the middle. Comes near side for Deary. Goes cross court. Northwestern could have let that go, decided not to. And poor contact there gives Iowa the lead 9-8.
Yeah, I think that might have been out, but they played it nonetheless. Yeah, Gabby doesn't run a whole lot of slides there on the right side, but when she's stacked over there, it's a perfect run for her to kind of create some momentum and bring that ball back cross-body.
Again, we've got a good vantage point to see that angle along the way. Iowa leading 9-8. Moravec serves it, and Northwestern will get the point on a couple of good passes there and a termination right at the front. Tied again at 9. It'll be a stat we might have to keep track of in this opening set. Wildcats serving from right to left. Sent over and received. Ortega sets it up for Deary. Goes down the line. Kept alive by Northwestern for a moment, but one pass to another, and that one falls short. Iowa back in front 10-9. See if we get something to string a few points together.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of keep it rolling here. It's a good line swing by Gabby Deary.
Iowa playing very well out of the gate. Darling will serve. Line drive serve. Now a joust attempt, and Vesti slams it home. 11-9 Hawkeyes.
That's what you need to keep swinging points together, just the momentum, get the crowd going, and we'll take an overpass, a free point there.
We saw a lot of that go the opposite way on Friday night. So far, so good for Iowa, leading 11-9. Darling to serve it again. It goes down the line. This time caught Northwestern by surprise. Opportunity on the near side now. Hawkeyes keeping it alive for a moment. A little bit of pinball action there. It'll fall for Northwestern, 11-10. Wildcats pull within 1.
In the serve for the Wildcats, number 2, Drew Wright.
Here's the serve from Northwestern, received by Buettner. Forward for Ortega, near side for Deary, just pushes it over. Diving stop by Northwestern to keep it off the floor. Back row attack by the Wildcats proves to be successful as Moravec received it and it went out of bounds. Tied at 11.
It's a good idea on that short tip by Deary, but their libero is pretty quick. She can get that ball up and play something off of that.
Darling takes in this serve. Moravec pushes it forward to far side for Buettner. Good angle, and she gets the kill on that far sideline.
It's a great line swing by Buettner. She loves the cross-court attack, but when that set gets all the way out there, she's able to swing down the line, and her line swing is really hard to defend for Northwestern side. I love that changeup by her.
Great downward angle on that swing, too. Hit it right where Northwestern had nobody in position to make the play. 12-11, Iowa with the lead in set 1. Here's Mateo to serve, goes cross-court on a shorter angle. Set from the middle, near side, blocked initially by the Hawkeyes, and that deflection probably hurt the Hawks in that situation, tied at 12.
Yeah, Davis was in a great spot there on the right side. The attacker just found some space in between the block there to sneak it through.
Tied once more, this time at 12. Northwestern to serve, right to left. This one looks deep. It is. Darling backed up, thought about it. Should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? Let it go, and it's a point to the Hawks.
Yeah, out by a couple feet. That was a good call.
13-12. Here's Buettner to serve. Goes down the line on the left side. Set to the middle for Northwestern. Good block by the Hawks. Poked in the air by the Wildcats to keep it up. Darling sprints forward to get it. Mateo sets near side for Davis. Popped into the air by Northwestern. Set to the far side for them, and the Hawkeyes get a block at the net, but tipped out of bounds and away from any Hawkeye. We're tied at 13. Leilani Dodson will serve. She's a senior for the Wildcats. From the far corner of the floor, sends it over. Darling receives it. Mateo comes over to pick it up, and then Moravec's only opportunity was to hit it with the left hand. Poor pass there by the Hawks. Northwestern's got the lead 14-13.
Yeah, a little bit of a aggressive push there for Mateo, setting that ball kind of outside the antenna. More of it could only, like you said, get it with her left hand.
Wildcats serve to Darling. Middle of the floor, Mateo sets it up. Moravec far side. Off the block, Northwestern's got it. Here's their attack opportunity, hit way long. No touch at the net, way deep. And the point goes to the Hawkeyes. Iowa knots it back up, this time at 14. McSweeney will come in. Darling will come take a seat. She's done a nice job in the libero spot for Iowa to start.
She has, yeah. She's been passing really well and playing great defense back there with those tips that are Northwestern's kind of mixing up.
Bestie will serve for Iowa, the freshman from New Zealand. Takes a run at it, sends it over. Good serve this time for her. Set from the middle to the near side for Northwestern. Blocked by McSweeney. Northwestern keeps it up. Vesti pops it up. Mateo, far side for Moravec. Good swing there. Blocked initially by Northwestern. They'll try to send it over on 2. Iowa sends it back on 1. Hawkeyes with a frenzy at the net. Still off the floor. Mateo sets it up. McSweeney, far corner. Point to the Hawkeyes.
Awesome rally there. Good pursuit inside the 10-foot line there. Lots of action. It's a great way to just grind through that rally and get the point at the end.
Boy, if we fall behind at all, trying to keep up with all the pinball at the net there, we'd never catch back up. Hawks lead 15-14. Vesti serves it into the net. Her second error today.
Yeah, she's got to get that toss a little higher. It's not quite high enough for her to go up and attack it. I got to start with a higher toss. It's her second error, and both of them have gone in the net. Yeah, so just a higher toss, and got to have a good serve after a big point like that rally we saw just before.
Yeah. Tied at 15, Northwestern serves. Mateo ready, middle. Ooh, a little bit of a poor pass there. Hawkeyes just have to move it over, and then Northwestern hits it where there are no Hawkeyes present, just softly over the net. Wildcats have the lead 16-15. Iowa with a spirited effort in this opening set. Find a way to stop Northwestern here and get the serve back. Left-handed serve. Darling saves it. It'll go just to the right of the antenna, but in between the net and the post. Northwestern gets the point. 17-15. Wildcats have a 2-point lead, and it'll force Coach Jim Barnes to take a timeout, the first of the set. This is the biggest lead for Northwestern that they've had. It's only at 2, 17-15. The Hawks will call a brief timeout. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, a pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. All right, 17-15 Northwestern in the opening set. We've gone back and forth this entire opening frame, and Coach Barnes calls it a quick timeout here. His timeouts were effective on Friday night. Hope that carries over to today.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Hawks just need to clean up their ball control on their side. I feel like there's just a few errors that can be cleaned up, and, it's the difference in the game right now. A couple points, a couple missed serves. Lots of free balls that they've had to send over here just with miscommunication during the rally. Just to dial it up on the communication a little bit, and I think they can come right back in it and make it an interesting end to the first set.
Find a way to get the serve back on this point. The Wildcats serving. This will be Russo, their senior setter. Slaps the ball with her left hand, now takes a run at it, serves it over. Darling receives it. It's a free ball there for Northwestern, and they'll terminate. 18-15. Be a little softer on the reception there to keep it on our half.
Yep, keep it off the net for Mateo to get there.
Here's the serve. Davis fields it in the middle, goes far side for Moravec, blocked and down on the Hawkeyes side. Good block there by Northwestern. First set we had, so far, 9 ties, 5 lead changes at the time of that timeout by Coach Barnes.
Yeah,
need that to change one more time, right? Into our favor. Hawks down by 4 in the opening set now. Here's the serve. Buettner will take it in. Mateo sprints over to grab it. Far side for Moravec. Oh, and it wasn't received well by Northwestern. And it'll fall to the floor. Point to the Hawkeyes. It was a little bit sloppy on Iowa's side, and Moravec had to just sort of send it over, but Northwestern wasn't prepared for that. It found its way down. 19-16. Iowa down 3, 1 point at a time here with Ortega to serve. Bailey with a strong serve. That'll be an ace. She hits it off the forearm for Northwestern. Went the opposite direction of where they were looking for. 19-17. Iowa down 2. And a timeout called by Shane Davis, head coach of the Wildcats. He's going to have to talk things over with his team. Calls a timeout. Iowa creeping back in it now, late in set 1. Northwestern leads it 19-17. We're back right after this. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/fan of corn.
Welcome back to Extreme Arena. 19-17, Northwestern leading Iowa in set 1 this afternoon. With Reagan Coyle, I'm John Leo, filling in for John Evans today on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Northwestern built the lead to 4 moments ago. Iowa's rattled off a couple of points in a row, forcing a Northwestern timeout. Hawkeyes are on serve here. Ortega will do the honors for Iowa. Try to pull the Hawks within 1. Getting some direction from Coach Barnes out of the timeout. Ortega's ready to serve it left to right for Iowa in the opening set. Bailey takes a run at it, sends it over. A spinner hit to the far side. Good opportunity now for Northwestern. They send it over on 1. Iowa keeps it alive. McSweeney sets it up for Moravec, goes cross court, and out on the reception there for Northwestern. Good swing by Moravec. Northwestern hit it right back to us and hit it out.
Put an assist in the put one in the assist column for McSweeney as the middle. When the middles can set the ball, they get really pumped about it, and I think the whole team loved that.
Ortega's serve is short and soft to the far side. Good passing there by Northwestern. And they get the termination. They lead it 20-18 now.
Kennedy Hill is a really aggressive middle for Northwestern, and she jumps so high when they run that one ball. It just comes so quick over the net.
Here's Darling with the reception. Hit it over on 1. Now plenty of action at the net. It's on Northwestern's side now. They go cross court. Buettner saves it for the Hawks. Ortega pops it up for Deary. She'll top spin it over to the back line. Northwestern sprinting forward. Blocked initially by McSweeney. That comes out of bounds towards the scorer's table. 21-18 Northwestern. Here's the serve, just barely over the top of the net. It's set from Ortega to McSweeney. It was blocked right back onto our side, 22-18.
Yeah, it was a good force by Ortega, forcing that 3-ball to McSweeney, but that tip, if she's going to tip it, has to go up and over the block to find a spot on the floor.
There was room there if she would have got it up and over, right?
Yes.
It was blocked. Iowa gets the point back, though, on a service error by Northwestern. That's their 4th. Of the afternoon. 22-19, Hawks still in it in the opening set.
Let's see if Moravec can keep her serve in. She had a few errors long on Friday, just added a little bit too much to it. Just got to keep it in the court here.
That is a good serve. Was deep, too. Pushed over on 2 by Northwestern. McSweeney with a good swing from the middle of the floor. Northwestern's got it, comes near side. They go out on their opportunity. By maybe a foot or 2. Hawkeyes gave great effort there. Iowa within 2. You feel them on the cusp right here.
Yes.
Moravec will serve it left to right. Spins the ball in her hand. Bounces it around. Now she's ready. Here's the serve. Another good serve to the back row. Set from the middle and blocked by McSweeney. I don't know if it got totally over the net, if it was a clean block by her, if Northwestern ended up hitting it in the net, but it's point to Iowa.
Yep. I think Delaney got a piece of it. I don't know if it was through the tape or just above the tape, but it's a block nonetheless. And, yeah, good momentum here going into the last 3 points of the first set.
resilient, this Iowa team, in the opening set. They've been down by anywhere from 3 to 5 a number of times in this opening set, especially late. And the Hawks have kept it close and now pulled back within 1. Northwestern forced to call their second timeout of the set. 22-21 Northwestern here in set number 1. Hawkeye fans, you can drive your team to a win this season by filling up with unleaded 88 with quick rewards at any Quick Star location. Fuel up with 8 gallons or more of unleaded 88, and you'll be automatically entered for a chance to win great prize packs throughout the season. Quick Star, proud partner of Hawkeye Volleyball. Okay, well, we've been here a couple of times before this season where, whether it's the end of the match, the end of the set, can Iowa get over the top and take care of business here?
Yep, they need to be resilient in these last 4 points, like you said that word earlier. They've just been so close for multiple sets this season, and the game to 5 at the end is always really tricky. Just need to keep the foot on the gas here. Need an aggressive serve by Moravec, and the Hawks need to continue blocking well and creating that big presence on the net like they have been doing.
A well-played set for the most part for Iowa. See if they can come out on top. Good serve by Moravec to the back line again. Iowa down by 1, and there's just a good kill there by Northwestern. Found the back line. Coach Barnes thought about a challenge, but he's moving over towards the green card. Coach Barnes thinking about it. Ball was called in. And Coach Barnes will move away from the green card without raising it, so no challenge, no review.
I'm not sure what he would have challenged there. The ball was in.
23-21 Northwestern. They serve it. Here's Buechner with a strong swing, and it's tipped out of bounds by Northwestern. 23-22. Iowa right there within 1, and we'll get the serve back.
Yeah, a few crucial points here in the last couple points here of the first set. Let's see if the Hawks can grab this first set.
Darling will serve it from a standstill position. Doesn't take a run at it, just stands there, serves it over. Good serve from Darling. Near side for Northwestern, hit it out. Try to go cross court to the back far corner and hit it out. We are tied for the 10th time in this set. We need one more lead change, though. That's what we really need. See if we can get it right here. Darling will serve it, tied at 23. Amanda's ready. Here it goes, over. Northwestern pops it up, high pass to the near side. Oh, deflected at the net and then off of Buechner and out of bounds. Point to Northwestern.
Just found some space in between Rosavesti's block, and I don't think Buechner was quite ready for it to sneak in that sharp of an angle. Kind of caught her off guard there on defense.
Yeah, set point now for Northwestern. 24-23. Drew Wright to serve it for the Wildcats. Here's the serve received by Moravec. Forward for Ortega. Set it up for Deary. Deary goes cross court to the back corner. Northwestern keeps it up. Here's their opportunity. Blocked. Darling dives to save it. Ortega sets it up near side. Deary cross court. Popped up by Northwestern. Set to the near side. Pushed over with the left hand. Darling slides forward. Ortega middle. Back row attack there for Moravec. Goes far corner. Northwestern popping it around to keep it off the floor. Deary passes Ortega, sets it over and down! And Bailey gets the point for the Hawks, 24-all.
Northwestern was not expecting that attack from Ortega. Like I said before, Ortega's not usually an aggressive server as far as an attacking standpoint. That campfire spot was wide open on Northwestern side, and that was a really smart play by Ortega.
Very stoic in her celebration, too. There was no jumping around or anything. She was just sort of like, yeah, I got that in me.
Yeah.
Tied at 24. Great point there for the Hawks. Iowa will serve. Kaya Mateo will do the honors, trying to give Iowa the lead late in set number 1. The freshman from New York City. She's ready to serve it. From the near side of the floor, takes a run, leaps, sends it over. Back row, poor pass by Northwestern. To the middle of the floor now. They'll spike it over and blocked by Iowa, but out of bounds. And Northwestern's got the lead 25-24. They'll have their second set point.
Tough break there. That was a good setup at the Iowa block, but it was kind of an off-speed swing by Russo there on Northwestern's side.
Here's the serve received by Moravec. High pass for Mateo, far side. Buechner cross court to the near side. Northwestern keeps it up. Here's their attack. Darling, she pops it up, keeps it alive for Iowa. Buettner gets another crack at it, goes far side into the back corner. Northwestern pushing it forward now. Another opportunity blocked at the net and down on the Hawkeyes side. Northwestern takes set number 1, 26-24. Very competitive, back and forth. Great set number 1, just doesn't go the Hawkeyes' way. We'll flip ends of the floor now. Northwestern will occupy the near side. Iowa over to the far side. Northwestern leads it 1-0. We'll be back right after this. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quick Star.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/fan of corn.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
I'm Ingrid Lizarraga, breast surgeon at the University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center, the state's only NCI-designated cancer center. Here, we look beyond just the type of cancer you have to discover the molecular details of the disease. We have teams dedicated to each cancer type, with treatments and trials you won't find anywhere else in Iowa. Go to uihc.org/cancer.
Welcome back to Extreme Arena. This Sunday afternoon, Iowa hosting Northwestern. The Wildcats take set number 1, 26-24 with Reagan Coyle. I'm John Leo, filling in for John Evans this afternoon. Okay, a tight, competitive, back and forth opening set. It goes Northwestern's way, but plenty to be happy about with Iowa in that first set. Hopefully carried over to set 2.
Yeah, Hawkeyes playing really clean volleyball. Just a few errors that they can clean up going into the second set, service errors and just balls kind of dropping inside the 10-foot line and sending some free balls over. But other than that, much cleaner than the play that we saw on Friday night. And like you said, we're hitting 312 as a team. Everyone's producing well as hitters. Buettner hitting 500. Ortega, she's got a kill too. Anna Davis hitting 1,000. She's got a kill. Hawkeye offense looks really clean right now. Defense is doing well too. Serve receive looks much better than Friday night as well. I think they, worked on all the things that didn't quite work for them on Friday.
Sure.
And they look like a different team tonight, and I think they're having a lot of fun out there. And just a couple points difference in the set. Start fresh the second set here and get some points rolling early.
It is senior day for Iowa. It's not the last home match, but they are honoring the seniors. The last home match will be next Sunday when Nebraska comes to town at 2 p.m. But the Hawkeyes honoring 6 seniors: Audrey Black, Delaney McSweeney, Caitlin Buettner, Amanda Darling, Bailey Ortega, and Jacqueline Kaspers. All right, the Hawkeyes will serve to open set 2. Right to left for Iowa in the mind's eye. Moravec will serve it first for the Hawks. She's ready. Here's the serve. Received by Northwestern. Middle set to the near side now, and a point for the Wildcats on a kill. Darling dove for it, couldn't quite come up with it. Northwestern has the first point of set 2. Stinson will get the point started for Northwestern. Sends it over to the back row. Darling for Ortega, front for Deary. Off the net, and the deflection comes down onto Northwestern's side. 1-1, we're tied.
Yeah, found some space between the Northwestern block there to hit that seam cross court. She has a really effective swing that direction and on the line too. Love that she can hit both directions.
Darling will serve it for the Hawks. This is a deep serve, too far and out of bounds. Error by the Hawks, 2-1 Northwestern.
Yeah, got to clean it up back there on the service line. Lots of serves, but it's long. Just got to let that toss come down a little bit to get more of a line drive serve versus hitting it on the bottom and creating some air underneath it to sail out.
Down the line on the serve by Northwestern. Ortega moves over, and now Moravec just has to push it over. Vesti for Deary. Hawks hit it over on 2. Northwestern with a back row attack, and they found a gap in the Iowa defense. 3-1 Northwestern. Wright will serve it left to right for the Wildcats. She takes a run at it, sends it over. Darling will maneuver the ball forward for Ortega. Now for Buettner, near side attack. And net violation on the Wildcats.
Yes.
Point to Iowa.
Yep, number 5 there. Simpson for Northwestern.
Iowa pulls within 1. Mateo will grab the ball and get the point started for Iowa. She's ready. Here's the serve from the far corner. Brings it cross court to the near side. Set from the middle to the near side. Slide there for Northwestern. Good execution there. Dodson strikes it home. 4-2 Wildcats.
Yeah, it's a good run there by Dodson for Northwestern. Their slide. That was a really quick set on the slide, but Dodson was there and got a great swing down the line.
Talked with Northwestern's SID before the match, and he let me know that Dodson, like we just saw there, slide specialist, one of the best in the league according to him, which boosts up his own team as we all would. But you saw a little bit of an example of it on that one for Northwestern. The Hawkeyes counter with a point of their own, though. Didn't need a slide for that one. Nice termination there for Iowa. And the Hawks pull within 1. 4-3, Northwestern with the lead in set 2. Buettner will serve for the Hawks. One of the seniors being honored today from El Paso, Texas. Her serve doesn't clear the net, and an error will give the Wildcats a point.
Yeah, 4th service error of the match. We're even at 4 apiece for Northwestern and Iowa.
Couple early on in this set to just give the Wildcats a point. Got to make them earn it. Down 5-3. Here's the serve by Northwestern. Received by Moravec. It goes beyond the court's dimensions. Moravec will get it back. Just rolls it over to the far side. Northwestern with the set opportunity. Did that clear the net? I'm not sure. It's blocked by the Hawks again. Iowa gets the point regardless. It just took us a few extra points of contact to get there.
Yeah, there definitely was not a touch on that block, but the refs didn't see that, so.
Happened right in front of him, too, didn't it?
I know. Yeah, my reaction was the same as Jim Barnes, like, what?
Hands went skyward there to try to get the point a little sooner. 5-4 Northwestern. Vesti to serve. It clears the net this time. Just free ball over for Northwestern. Here's Moravec with a good swing on it. Buettner keeps it up. Vesti after the block. Now that's tapped at the net, and the point will go to the Hawkeyes. Off the block.
Vesti with a couple sets there. With Darling being out since Vesti's serving, she's got to be the one to take the second contacts there, and I think she's doing that with excitement.
Yeah. We're tied up at 5. Here's Vesti to serve. This one clears the net. Ooh, almost deep, but Northwestern goes after it, and they hit it out of bounds. Bad pass. Point to Iowa, and the Hawks get the lead back 6-5.
Yep, that one was definitely soaring out. But in the first set, she was struggling getting the toss high enough, so her service errors went in the net. These ones, she's at least hitting over the net, and they're going deep. She's got to keep it in the court.
There's another serve opportunity. Ooh, this one was shorter, softer as well. Northwestern sprint forward to get it. Iowa keeps it alive on their side. This is Moravec, rolls it over. Middle of the floor set to the far side now for Northwestern. Blocked at the net. Return to sender. Point to Iowa. Rattled off a few points in a row now. It's 7-5 Hawks.
Davis with a big presence there on the right side. She was there, press over the net to get that roof block.
Vesti had a great serving run against Illinois on Friday night. Got a couple in a row here. Ready to serve it. Sends it over. Good line drive serve. Clears the tape. Northwestern off the block. Iowa keeps it alive. Near side Moravec. Dug out there by Northwestern on the back row. Set to the far side. Cross court. Kept up by Iowa. There's Davis. Off the block. Now we got a joust. McSweeney wins it at the net. McSweeney came together with Russo, and Delaney wins that battle. 8-5 Hawks, timeout Northwestern.
Yeah, McSweeney's just so high up there at the net, 6'7". That's a really high presence for her at the net. She got the ball down, was able to swipe it to zone 2 where nobody was at.
Iowa 8, Northwestern 5. The Hawks on a 5-0 scoring run. We'll step aside. We'll be back right after this. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar.
When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. I'm Aaron Bose, pediatric neurologist with University of Iowa Healthcare. Here, we're working together every day to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, the University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org.
Welcome back to Extreme Arena. Iowa trailing Northwestern 1-0, but have the 8-5 set 2 lead. On a 5-0 scoring run, the Hawks picking up momentum. Northwestern forced to call a timeout to try to slow the Hawks down, but Iowa on a nice run right here behind the serving of freshman Rosa Vesti.
Yeah, she's serving really well right now. Kind of some redemption from her errors earlier in the set, but she's switching up between kind of a line drive deep serve and mixing in a short serve here and there. I like what she's doing.
Out of the timeout, Vesti's ready to give it a go again. Here's a serve down the line on the far sideline. Northwestern with a poor pass. Did they hit it out? Yes, they did. Point to the Hawks. Not clean passing there by the Wildcats. 9-5 Iowa. Looks like they're going to challenge something. We'll have to see.
They're going to challenge what the ball was in, I believe. Stinson looked at their coach and said that ball was in.
We'll go to the scorers table for a review. The pass on the second contact over to the far side, it was a long pass from the near side to the far side, and then the sort of the dump or the push over.
Yeah, they were trying
wide.
to go. San Giacomo was trying to go high hands, kind of off the block, tried to tool the block. She missed the block, but she said it landed in. So
She also missed the court. Hit it out.
Yes,
is what I was hopeful.
Hopefully, yeah. At our angle, it's really hard to see if that was in or out. But
I'll take a look at it. Working hard at the replay monitor. We don't have a monitor to ourselves, but we can look down the way a bit and get the same look that the officials are getting as they take a look at it. If it stands, it's 9-5 Iowa. If it's overturned, it's 8-6 Iowa. Just have to wait and see. Taking a good look at it. One of the longer reviews that we've seen.
big point here. 9-5 is a lot different than 7-6.
Sure.
So
yeah.
I guess it would be 8-6. But, you know, I mean, a 4-point lead is huge kind of as we get this first set started and as far as momentum, too.
I think something to think about for Iowa that set 2, they really have carried over some of the positives that they built on in set 1.
Definitely. Yeah, a couple service errors to start, but Bessie's been bringing the heat back there on this run.
I think Friday night we saw a competitive set one, and then after that was just kind of didn't pan out very well for the Hawks, and so maybe you're afraid of that a little bit today. Well, you drop a heartbreaking set in the first, 26-24, but so far, so good. Iowa has looked very sharp in the second set here. Yep, point stays with the Hawks. And the challenge for Northwestern is unsuccessful. 9-5 will be the score. And so Vesti will continue her serving run for Iowa. A 6-0 sprint for the Hawks to take this 4-point lead. Here's the serve from Vesti. Received on the back line there by Northwestern. Set far side, go cross court. And the Wildcats will get the point there behind the swing of Avery Hernandez. Hernandez, sort of a breakout player for Northwestern this year. Wildcats pull within 3. Here's the serve, received by Darling. Middle for Mateo, go with Davis there on the far side. Just pokes it over. Good attempt there by Northwestern.
Kind of a no-look tip there from number 8, Hernandez. Not very typical to kind of reach behind your head like that and tip to zone 2. The defense definitely was not ready for that.
Yeah. Mateo gave great effort to get to it, but couldn't produce. Here's McSweeney with the kill for the Hawks. Back line, front set to McSweeney. 10-7, Iowa up by 3 now in the second set.
It's McSweeney's 5th kill. She's hitting .571. She's super productive right now in the middle.
Ortega will serve it for the Hawks. Goes cross court to the near side. Set by Northwestern far side. And that was in. Caught the back line. Northwestern will get the serve back. Hernandez will serve it for the Wildcats left to right. Pushes it over. Darling, a little bit of a curveball, maybe a knuckler hit to her and not able to adjust. Kind of rode up on her body there, 10-9. Iowa, their lead is 1. Here's the serve back to Darling. Better reception this time. Pass for Ortega, near side for Moravec. Blocked at the net by Northwestern. That sort of rode the tape at the top. Point to the Hawkeyes there.
Yeah, I love the way Moravec's swinging right now. She's swinging just really high hands, so forces Northwestern to sort of, they're making errors on their blocks just because it's so high and ends up being a point.
Iowa's lead is 2. See if they can build it up here with a good serve by Moravec. That one clips the top of the tape. A couple of Hawkeyes come together to save it now on our side. Here's Buettner. Tried to roll it over, didn't get enough on it to hit the net. You like that idea there?
I love that idea, yeah. She loves that kind of cross-court roll shot, and that forces Northwestern's outside hitter to take that first ball, which causes them to usually be out of system. So I love the idea, yeah, just need to add a little bit more to it.
11-10, Iowa with the 1-point lead. Northwestern serving it left to right. Stinson shoots it over. And it's Ortega, far side now for Deary. That was blocked, may not have gone over the net anyway. We're tied at 11. I will say, it looks like Iowa, it feels like Iowa's giving Northwestern a ton of different looks today, some variety to make the Wildcats be on their toes.
Definitely, yep. They just have to take advantage of, switching it up and keep swinging aggressive.
Tied at 11. Here's the serve to Darling. Ortega sets middle for McSweeney, goes back row, and pushed forward now by the Wildcats. Darling pops it up. Ortega playing pinball at the net. Northwestern, it's on their side. Far side now. They'll shove it over. A few Hawkeyes are together here, and now Northwestern will finally terminate it. After neither team reached the maximum on their opportunities, Northwestern hit it over on one there, and it'll force a timeout from Coach Barnes. 12-11, Northwestern's got the lead here in set number 2. They've battled back. Here in Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. It benefits the entire state, feeds our livestock, nourishes our families, and provides homegrown, clean-burning fuel for our vehicles. Thank you to Iowa's corn farmers. The exciting moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for it all as your healthcare champion, making healthcare more affordable with more choices for care and peace of mind no matter what comes your way. Find the plan right for you at wellmark.com/touchdown. All right, Northwestern up 12-11 now. A couple of uncharacteristic points the past few. Maybe a couple errors there by Iowa, but that pinball point there that went Northwestern's way gives them the lead at 12-11.
Yeah, lots of action inside both 10-foot lines here with the, like you said, the pinball play. Some sort of unconventional volleyball here the last couple of points, and really important point here for the Hawks. Just got to get a good pass here on serve receive. That way, you got Ortega. She's got all three options. She's been loving McSweeney on that three ball. Just requires a good pass to get that rolling.
Northwestern with the 1-point lead and the serve. Darling receives it. A little bit of a poor pass. Buettner recovers. Deary will shove it over. Northwestern can set back up. Set far side. Cross court. Good save by Darling. She's done a great job to dig it there. Buettner blocked at the net. Darling keeps it off the floor. Here's Buettner again. Cross court and the kill.
Great defense by Darling to keep that ball up and get another stab at it. Buettner was ready to swing at that ball again and found the floor the second time.
I'm impressed by the reaction time for Darling, especially today, because my goodness, there have been a few that have been hit right back to her, and she somehow keeps it up and in play.
Yes, she's playing really great defense.
She'll serve it now. We're tied at 12. There's a floater that was kept in by Northwestern. Iowa trying to keep it off the floor. A couple of ricochets, and the point will go to the Wildcats.
Yeah, Northwestern playing a lot of those serves that are probably sailing out, which is, a benefit to Iowa. But, yeah, just got to keep those serves a little bit shorter to find the court still.
13-12 Northwestern in the second set. They took the opening set 26-24. Been a very tight competitive match to this point. Here's the serve, received by Darling. Passed forward for Ortega. Good opportunity for Vesti, who knocks it home. Tied at 13. Iowa's done a good job today avoiding those long droughts where the other team can build a big lead. Illinois went on a number of long runs, and that just hasn't happened today.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, they're due for another 6-0 scoring run, though.
Yeah. Tied at 13, here's Mateo. Good topspin serve. Well, that thing took a dive. That's an ace for Mateo.
That'll get it rolling here. Yeah, the serving that was a great serve. Kind of dropped right in the campfire.
Watching the flight pattern of that ball, it looked like it had a lot more on it, and then once it seemingly crossed the line, it just totally died. Here's a deeper serve. Northwestern trying to save it. We'll have a joust at the net. Davis for Vesti, and blocked back to Iowa's side and then went under the net. Point to Northwestern.
Yeah, you got to take that ball and you got to swipe it just to change direction because the blocker is going to be right there in front of you, so you can't just swing away at it because you're going to have a block right in front of you.
Northwestern to serve. Moravec takes this one in. Near side opportunity for Buettner. Goes cross court. Good swing. Northwestern keeps it up. Whoa, there's 1-on-2 by Northwestern. Fielded nicely by Iowa. Back to Northwestern's side. Great job there by Buettner. She could feel Northwestern's back row creeping forward, and on one just hit it over to the back corner, and it got down. Point to the Hawks.
That is some senior volleyball IQ right there. It's a really smart play to just send it deep on the court. Everyone's kind of shoved up near the net. It's a smart move by Buettner.
15-14 Hawks. Here's Buettner. She'll serve it now. Passed forward by Northwestern. Off the block, a deflection that finds the floor on Iowa's side. All knotted up at 15. Back and forth. Neither team establishing much separation this afternoon. Here's the serve by the Wildcats. Received by Moravec. Look out, close to the net. Just punched over by the Hawks. Set to the far side for the Wildcats. Good block there. It's Davis. It's Vesti. They were the front line of attack.
Yeah,
Point
Davis
to the
in
Hawks.
a great spot there on the right side.
Iowa with the lead. Once again, Vesti to serve. This is where the Hawks have made their hay in the second set with Vesti serving. Let's see if she can give it another good run here. Good serve. Received by Northwestern. Pass to the left sideline. Just pushed over. Mateo sets it up. Ooh, the Hawks miscommunication. And Buettner at the last second just had to move it over and hit it out.
Yeah, Buettner was ready for that back row attack, but Vesey just didn't know she was coming in for it. So, yeah, little miscommunication. I wish they probably wish they could hold that back.
Yeah. Tied at 16. Northwestern back on serve. Here it is. Darling hits the floor to keep it from hitting the court. Iowa gets it over. Cross-court angle attack there by Northwestern, and they're successful. Our view was blocked a bit by Northwestern's coach.
Yeah, kind of an off-speed roll shot swing by Northwestern. Caught McSweeney's block coming off the net just enough to the ball to trickle over on Iowa's side.
Wildcats with the lead. Here's a short serve. Mateo sets it for McSweeney, who mishit it and hit it long. I think that set was where McSweeney wanted it, or maybe not exactly.
I think she gave just now Matea kind of a thumbs up, say I need it just a little higher.
18-16, Northwestern with the 2-point lead in the second set. Here's Davis taking in the serve for the Hawks. Mateo goes to Moravec, and Northwestern's rattled off a few points in a row now after that block at the net. Coach Barnes needs a quick timeout to regroup his team. Northwestern leads at 19-16 here in set number 2. The Hawks will try to get back on the scoreboard right after this. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Welcome back to Extreme Arena, Iowa Hawkeye Volleyball this Sunday afternoon. Senior day for the Hawkeyes. Their final home match will be against Nebraska coming up next weekend on the 19th. Iowa will travel to Minnesota on Friday the 17th to take on the Golden Gophers. Those teams met earlier this season here at Extreme on September 21st. Minnesota, at the time, they were ranked 12th in the country, and they got out of Coralville with a 5-set winner. The Hawks had them on the ropes, so we'll see what part 2 of that matchup presents on Friday the 17th before Iowa closes out their home slate against Nebraska on the 19th. All right, for right now, Northwestern leads at 19-16 in the second set. Here's the serve by the Wildcats. Mateo sets it up for the slide for Davis. Off the block, Northwestern keeps it up. They'll go with a back row attack there. And looked like it was going to be deep, but Iowa deflected it 20-16.
Yep, just chin there for Northwestern. Just found some high hands on her swing and just makes it really hard to track down from a defensive standpoint.
The lead is 4 for Northwestern, their largest of the set. Here's the serve. Buettner comes forward. Now McSweeney with the termination attempt. Off the block and down on Northwestern's side. Point to Iowa, 20-17.
McSweeney hitting really well. She's got 6 kills, hitting 364 as a middle, only 2 errors. Kind of leading the way, tied with Buettner with 6 apiece.
Ortega to serve it for the Hawks. Ooh, got the top of the tape. Northwestern dives to keep it off the floor. Moravec for Ortega. And now Deary. Northwestern set middle and a good kill. No, it was out. Went from the middle of the floor to the right side, to the near side. In front of the Iowa bench, hit it out.
Really hard and fast swing that I thought was maybe in, but from our angle we can't really see very well. But
yeah, we've got no chance at seeing.
A really quick swing.
Ortega to serve it once again. This one clears the net. Iowa down by 2 in the second set. That one's blocked, kept alive by Iowa. Ortega sprints over to get it. Here's Moravec. Rolls it over. Iowa had it blocked right back to him. Ooh, back row attempt by Buettner. Not the best pass, but Iowa somehow keeps it alive. Still going in this point. Darling sets it up. Moravec cross court to the back row and hit it out. Just deep. Didn't have enough top spin on it for it to take a dive and find the line.
Yep, that ball's got to stay inside the court. It's an out-of-system ball. You can't really add much to it. You just got to kind of keep the ball alive and keep it in play.
21-18 Northwestern. They'll serve it left to right. Gets over the net. Buechner dives to save it. A couple of Hawkeyes come together after it hit the net and could not keep it up off the court. 22-18, Northwestern up 4. Hernandez serving for Northwestern. Darling receives. Pass to Ortega. Middle McSweeney. That one finds the back line. A kill for Delaney. 22-19. Iowa within 3. Got plenty of time here to get back in it.
Definitely. See if Moravec can string some points together as a server and have good blocking presence up there.
Moravec's ready. Takes a run at it. Sends it over. Good serve. Couple of Hawkeyes and Wildcats meet at the net. Ortega sets it up. Darling. Here comes Buechner. Goes cross court, but not the right angle and hit it out. Need a little bit more downward angle on that one to keep it in the in the dimensions. 23-19. And you've mentioned a couple times she loves that angle. It was a great idea.
Yes,
I'm guessing
just too wide. Yeah.
Here's Buechner receiving the serve. Ortega far side for Deary. Good swing by Deary, but kept up by Northwestern. Off the block now, Iowa receives. Ortega set near side, Buechner. Popped up at the net by Northwestern. They'll set it to their far side. Hit well, blocked by Iowa. Ortega for McSweeney in the middle. Still alive, and now McSweeney will tap it down after it was hit back over to the Hawkeyes side. 23-20, Iowa down 3.
It's a good change of direction by McSweeney. Like I said earlier, it's important to kind of take that ball that's coming tight to the net and swipe it to a different direction to avoid any sort of block on the defensive side.
Darling back to serve. High, short serve. Northwestern receives it, and they'll get a termination there.
Yeah, that's too easy of a serve for Northwestern to get there, and they can get a good pass on that and have all 3 options on offense and easily run a middle quick ball like that one that they just did.
Yeah, they kept everything in the middle right there, didn't they? They didn't stretch to either side. 24-20. It's set point for the Wildcats. Wright will serve it. Here it comes. Shorter serve. Deary takes it in. Ortega sets it up for Buechner. Good swing. Diving. Stopped by Northwestern. They come together, push it over, and out. Ortega let it go on that far sideline. It wasn't deep. It was wide. Point to the Hawks. 24-21. Deary and Ortega will come out. Mateo and Davis will come in for the Hawks. Mateo will serve it. Iowa down by 3. Still set point for Northwestern. Mateo's ready. Here it comes. Long serve kept in by Northwestern. And off the block deflection. Falls on Iowa's side. And the Wildcats take set number 2. 25-21. Iowa's got to rattle off 3 in a row here to come out victorious. Competitive, tight sets, but Northwestern takes set 2, 25-21. We're back right after this. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
I'm Ingrid Lizarraga, breast surgeon at the University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center, the state's only NCI-designated cancer center. Here, we look beyond just the type of cancer you have to discover the molecular details of the disease. We have teams dedicated to each cancer type, with treatments and trials you won't find anywhere else in Iowa. Go to uihc.org/cancer.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. and service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Walmart.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/fan of corn.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
I'm Ingrid Lizarraga, breast surgeon at the University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center, the state's only NCI-designated cancer center. Here, we look beyond just the type of cancer you have to discover the molecular details of the disease. We have teams dedicated to each cancer type, with treatments and trials you won't find anywhere else in Iowa. Go to uihc.org/cancer.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/fan of corn.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, a AAA 4-diamond luxury property located just a few minutes from the Eastern Iowa Airport and downtown Cedar Rapids. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, the hotel is happy to welcome you. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111.
When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. I'm Aaron Bowes, pediatric neurologist with University of Iowa Healthcare. Here, we're working together every day to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, the University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org.
Reagan Coyle and John Leo back at Extreme Arena. Set number 3 coming up, Iowa and Northwestern. The Wildcats have taken the first 2 sets, very close, very competitive sets to get us started. 26-24 in set 1, 25-21 in set number 2. Hawkeyes playing much better today than they did on Friday night. Just nothing to show for it quite yet, but let's see what we can get done in set 3.
Yeah, I think, so, similar to what I said going into set 2, just those unforced errors that can be eliminated on the Iowa side and be the difference in the match here. Lost by 2 points in the first set, 4 points in the second. They're right there, and all it is just, the difference in those unforced errors is going to be huge this match.
An inspired effort by the Hawks today on Senior Day. Honor 6 seniors after the match today. Hopefully we're here a little bit longer. Gonna have to go the distance today if the Hawks are gonna win it.
Yes. Ready for a reverse sweep.
Let's go. Very due for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Northwestern to serve it right to left to begin set 3. Darling receives the serve over to Northwestern on 1. They'll set it up middle, and an early kill for the Wildcats to get us started in set number 3.
Yeah, Kennedy Hill for Northwestern. She's just a really dynamic middle. She just really gets up there on her attack and can hit both directions with some speed, too.
Flatter serve by the Wildcats. Darling sprawls to save it. Here's Deary with a strong swing and a point to the Hawkeyes.
Love the Deary line swing. Kind of switch things up from her normal cross. It's open for her, and defense was not ready on Northwestern side.
Darling ready to serve it. Sends it over. A deeper serve this time. Received by Northwestern. Blocked initially by Vesti, but it popped out of bounds towards the scorer's table. Point to the Wildcats.
Unlucky tool off the block of Vesti.
Good positioning, felt like. Just
yes.
deflected away. Strong serve on a line. Darling moves it over for Buettner. Back row attack for Moravec. Off the block, Northwestern punches it out. Right in front of Coach Barnes. Point to the Hawks. We're tied at 2. Ortega and Deary will come out for the Hawks. Mateo and Davis are in. Mateo will serve it left to right for the Hawks in the third set. Middle set to the near side, good angle. Cross court for the Wildcats kill.
Found some space inside Vesti's block there. She's close with Davis. But Northwestern is just fighting that hard cross inside Vesti's left hand.
Keep the damage at a minimum here. Darling takes in the serve, goes for Buettner far side. Northwestern dives for it to keep it off the floor. Here's their attack way out, miss hit. Point to the Hawks. Couple of errors by Northwestern to start the third set. See if Iowa can get a run going.
Yes, Iowa needs to take advantage of these times and string some points together and, yeah, keep all the errors on Northwestern's side. Just play clean volleyball.
Be interested if we could go back and see the biggest lead that Iowa's had. I think it's been probably 4 at 9-5 in one of those earlier sets. You can get up towards that, really keep the pressure on Northwestern. They make another mistake on a kill attempt, hit it out. Iowa's got the lead 4-3. Buettner serving for the Hawks. Here she comes with it, clips the top of the tape. Northwestern recovers. And now a miss hit by Buettner.
She's there in a good spot on defense. Just isn't quite stopped all the way to get that ball up in a good dig. It kind of catches her off guard. She's in a great spot. She's just so close to getting a good dig there.
Serve from Northwestern. Darling passes. Mateo for Vesti. And that was blocked back to Iowa's side. Point to the Wildcats 5-4. Northwestern with the lead now.
Yeah, Vesti comes to her team and said, my bad, but I think that set just needs to be a little bit higher for her in order to switch directions there as a middle.
Darling takes in the serve. Mateo for Vesti. Better job there by Rosa. And the point to the Hawks. She connected on that one with a strong swing.
Yep, that was a great set there. She had some time there to attack that ball. It was a quick set, but it cleared the tape so that way she was up and could hit both directions on that.
A little bit of an element of surprise there with that quick set.
Yes, yep. Yeah, middles always have to be ready for those, and the setter, they follow them wherever they're at the net.
Mm-hmm. Serve from Vesti, received by Northwestern, just pushed over. Iowa's there to meet him at the net. Back to Northwestern's side. Cross court, another block by the Hawks. Back to Northwestern. The Wildcats are ready for it. Here's a deflection off the block and out. Point to the Wildcats.
Tough break there.
Yeah. Really great effort on Iowa's side to keep the ball off the floor on a couple of occasions there on that last point. But unfortunately, Northwestern is rewarded. 6-5 Wildcats. Here's the serve. That looks deep. It is. Good job on the back line to let that go. We're tied at 6.
A lot of back and forth today.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of ties, minimal lead changes.
Very close, very competitive. The Hawks will see Northwestern again in the final weekend of the regular season on Friday the 24th in Evanston. As Northwestern, with a poor pass on the reception of the serve from Ortega, hit it right back over to the Hawks, and Iowa was there to slam it down. 7-6 Iowa with the lead in set 3. Trailing Northwestern 2-0. We really feel like either of those first sets, maybe both of them, could have gone the other way into Iowa's favor. So trying to make it right here in the third. Good serve from Ortega. Cross court opportunity for the Wildcats, and Buechner couldn't quite lift it up off the floor enough for another Hawk to get to it. Tied at 7. Here's the serve by Northwestern. Lower serve. Darling for Ortega. Cross court. Moravec, and then pinball at the net. Point to the Wildcats.
Yeah, McSweeney's got to be ready to cover there. Her outside hitter ball kind of came right back to her, and she wasn't ready to get that up.
That's sort of just a prediction. Just got to assume that that's a possibility.
Yep, you just got to be down and ready.
Here is Moravec. Well, how about that play? And that was, well, that's one of those, hey, we'll take it type of point.
Yeah, you never want to assume that your teammate's going to get blocked, but you sometimes have to, because that ball's going to come back, and it's going to come back quick, and you have to be down and ready.
The Hawkeyes get the point there. We're tied at 8 now. A couple of rough passes, and Moravec just sort of slapped it over, and it rode the tape and then fell to the floor. That was the last point. This point goes to Northwestern on the service error by Moravec. 9-8 Wildcats in the third. There's the serve from Northwestern. Darling ready for it. Middle for Ortega and McSweeney. Blocked right back to Iowa. Ortega this time goes for Buechner far side. Cross court. Just sort of rolled it over. The Wildcats can get set up here. Off the block and out. Point to Northwestern. 10-8. The touch at the net for Iowa. Seen more of those this set, I think, than the entire match.
Yeah, I was going to say lots of swings by Northwestern that are just going off high hands on Iowa's side.
There's a deep serve and out by the Wildcats. So an error from Northwestern gives Iowa the point. It's 10-9. Northwestern with the lead. Iowa can tie it here with a good serve and a point. Darling will serve it left to right. Looks over to Coach Barnes for some direction. They're on the same page now. Good serve from Darling. Up towards the middle of the net now. Northwestern with some sloppy passes. Iowa can really get set up. Ortega near side. Deary cross court with the kill. Yes!
Nice big seam there to hit for Deary. It was a great pass. Free ball over the net. We've got all three options on offense ready to go. Keeps the middle blocker on Northwestern side paused on Vesti, and lots of seams to hit through.
We're tied up at 10. Darling serve, line drive over the net. Diving stop by Northwestern. Middle of the floor opportunity, and again another deflection that threw a curveball there at Ortega, who dove to try to keep it off the floor but could not. 11-10. Good effort by the Hawks right now. Got to pay off at some point, right? Iowa down by 1. Here's the serve, looked out again, it is. The Hawkeyes shouting at the back row that one's headed out. Let it go, and they do. 11-11. Mateo back to serve for Iowa. Goes down the line on the near side. Middle set to the far side now for Northwestern. Popped over for Buechner for the Hawks. This one kept up. Punch it over. Davis keeps it alive and sends it over on 3 after it hit the net a couple of times. Here's a block attempt. Great effort by Iowa. Mateo, how about that? Effort and response. Still in play. This one is hit out. There's the effort paying off for Iowa. Point to the Hawks.
2 in a row there. It's a great pop-up on that first one. Darling, she was about at the 8-foot line, just right there, popped that first ball up. That was a great dig on defense by her to keep the rally going.
Iowa's got the lead, 12-11. Here's Mateo to serve it. Goes middle of the floor in the back row. Set near side now for Northwestern. It's blocked by Vesti. And that one stayed on Northwestern's side. Point to the Hawks. 13-11. Timeout Northwestern.
It was a great block by Vesti. She was there, balanced. blocking move. She pressed her hands back on the inside of the court, so the ball hit her hands and kind of went the opposite direction back to zone 1. It's a great blocking press.
Nice run by Iowa now to take the 2-point lead, 13-11 in set number 3. Timeout Northwestern. Hawkeye Hoops returns to the Heartland. Tony Perkins leads the Hawks onto the big stage of Carver Hawkeye Arena. Coach McCaffrey brings back 3 starters and welcomes an array of instant impact playmakers. Plan your trip to Carver. Visit HawkeyeSports.com or call 1-800-IA-HAWKS. All right, in set number 3, look at all the ties. 10 ties. We're about halfway through the third set. 10 ties, 5 lead changes. We've had nearly 30 ties today. It's been tight the whole way. Northwestern with the 2-0 lead as it stands right now, but Iowa's got the 13-11 lead here in set 3. Timeout by Northwestern.
If you're Iowa, just have to keep the foot on the gas here. This is a make or break set. Third set, they do not want to get swept.
Yeah, and it just, I don't know if it would feel right if Iowa were to get swept today based on the effort, the improvement that we've seen in just the 2 days since Friday. Friday probably left a sour taste in the Hawkeyes' mouth, dropping in 3 to Illinois. Here's a serve by Mateo. Blocked by Iowa, and that ball rode the top of the net from the near side all the way over to the far side and then decided to go out of bounds.
Yeah, just a touch on Vestie's block there. She was in the same spot that she was on the previous play, just wasn't quite as pressed over that time.
Point to Northwestern. Here's the serve. Moravec slides over to pick it up. Mateo sets it up for Vestie. A little bit of a chemistry thing there probably, and Vestie hit it out, tied at 13. Right to left serve by the Wildcats. Moravec there for it. Mateo sets it up for Davis. Davis off the fingertips, sends it over. Northwestern gives it right back. Mateo sets it up. Davis off the touch. Northwestern keeps it alive. Near side now. They'll roll it over. Darling pokes it up in the air for Mateo. Goes back to the other side for Buettner. Dug out by Northwestern. Near side. Go cross court, and they find a gap in between Moravec and Darling. For the point for the Wildcats, 14-13.
It's another kill by San Giacomo leading the way for Northwestern. That's her 12th kill.
She's their offensive weapon. Having a great game for the Wildcats. They're up by 1 now. Mateo sets it up for Buettner after the reception of the serve. There's Caitlin with a strong swing. Rewarded there on the deflection. We're tied at 14.
It's going to be a difference by a couple points coming down to the wire in this third set.
Tied at 14. Here's the serve. Northwestern gives chase. They've got a long way to go after playing it outside of the court for a moment. Mateo for Vestie. Blocked at the net, but out of bounds. Good job there by Vestie from Mateo. Iowa's got the lead 15-14. Just want to make a point about saying it'll be within a couple of points. Iowa's got a lot of experience with that, right? Find a way to close this one out. Try to force a fourth set. Here's Buettner to serve it. Northwestern trying to tap it over on 2. Iowa was ready for it. Blocked it back. Cross court. Was that out? No, it was in. Good angle there by the Wildcats, tying things up at 15.
Yeah, another one for San Giacomo. She's kind of automatic when she hits that cross-court swing. I'd love to see Iowa's block move inside a little bit, take that cross-court away, make her hit line. I don't see Northwestern has hit much line tonight.
No, you're right. Just haven't not come with that approach yet. Iowa sending it over with a strong swing from Vestie. Northwestern keeps it up, set from the middle to the near side, blocked and off the antenna there from Davis. Point to the Wildcats. San Giacomo is ready to serve it for the Wildcats. They lead at 16-15. Here's the serve, received by Darling. High pass for Mateo. Near side, Davis. Blocked out of bounds by the Wildcats. Point to Iowa. We're tied at 16.
Got tooled off her own hands on her block on the previous play and hit the slide and gets a tool of her own as a kill.
Great fight and resilience by Iowa today. Tied at 16. Here's Vesti to serve. Hops up, sends it over. Pass to the front. Now a slide for Northwestern. And there's Dodson. It's what she's known for. The Wildcats execute the slide and lead at 17-16.
Yeah, both blockers jumped with the middle hitter there, leaving Dodson a wide open nut to hit on.
Yeah. Right back over to the Wildcats. They'll serve it now. Here's the serve, just barely clearing the net. Mateo sets it up. McSweeney, great kill opportunity. And whoa, McSweeney looks over across the net and says, take that. Tied at 17.
She said something.
She looked over and gave a nod of the head. Delaney's having a really nice afternoon on her senior day. Local Iowa native. From center point. Another Iowa native to serve. This is Ortega, senior from Davenport. Good serve from Bailey. Great block at the net by the Hawks. McSweeney jousting, then wears that one off the shoulder. Moravec will go down the line on a little rollover, but nobody was there for Northwestern. Point to Iowa, 18-17. Coach Barnes gives a fist pump after that one. Timeout Northwestern. Iowa looked like they were on their heels in this set, but fighting hard in the third and have taken the lead and forced another Northwestern timeout.
That was a perfect roll shot down the line. Nobody there on defense for Northwestern. Really smart shot by Moravec.
University of Iowa Healthcare has the game plan for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or minor injury, visit one of several UI Quick Care or Urgent Care locations throughout the Iowa City and Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help you get back in the game. UI Healthcare is proud to sponsor your Iowa Hawkeyes. Now, speaking of getting back in the game, the Hawks are back in it, up on Northwestern in set 3, 18-17, trailing the Wildcats 2-0, but fighting and staying alive here in the third.
Yeah, up to 15 ties and 9 lead changes in
Wow.
the third set.
Every point has been pressure-filled. Everything just feels kind of stressed and tense, but Iowa, the way they're playing right now, very free, very inspired, and that's been good to see on senior day today. Iowa holding serve now. Ortega on the floor with Darling and Buettner in the back row. Deary, McSweeney, and Moravec up front. Ortega's serve goes down the line, received by Northwestern. Cross court, Darling does a great job to keep it up on the far side, and now Moravec couldn't quite get it over that wall of Northwestern at the front. They hit it back to us, and we pinballed it around before it found the floor. Tied at 18.
I think the ref might be saying something to the players. Number 17 had a little something to say back to McSweeney after that point.
Yeah, getting a little chippy. Tied at 18, Northwestern to serve. They'll send it over. Darling takes it in. McSweeney sets it for Moravec, and then a block by Hill at the front. Point to the Wildcats. Northwestern up 1 late in set 3, 19-18. Here's Darling, takes it in. Hit it too far over. No Hawkeye could play it, and Northwestern was there to set it right back to us. 20-18, Wildcats with the lead. Timeout, Iowa. Coach Barnes has to burn one here. 20-18. We'll take a break. We're back right after this. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar.
When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. I'm Aaron Bowes, pediatric neurologist with University of Iowa Healthcare. Here, we're working together every day to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, the University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org.
Hawkeye fans, get a taste of game day at your home by stopping by Molly's Cupcakes and picking up your favorite cookie or Rice Krispie treat to satisfy your sweet tooth craving. Molly's Cupcakes, located off of Clinton Street in the heart of downtown Iowa City. All right, 20-18, Northwestern with the lead in set 3. Iowa's got to rattle off a few set wins in a row here. 1 point at a time here to get back in it. Down by 2. Northwestern breaking up their huddle as the timeout concludes. Great crowd on hand here at Extreme today. Get one more chance to see the Hawkeyes in a sold-out Extreme Arena when Nebraska comes to town next Sunday afternoon. Wildcats serve it. Darling takes it in. Ortega sets it up far side for Moravec. Rolls it over, blocked at the net, and falls to the floor on Iowa's side. 21-18, Northwestern up 3.
Yeah, Northwestern on a 4-0 scoring run. Those 4 points have all been Iowa errors, so just lots of unforced errors as we get closer to the end of the third set. Not a great time for errors.
Yeah, crunch time. Ortega sets near side. Deary off the block and down. There we go. Got it to go that time. 21-19, Iowa within 2.
And now's the time to dial in and play clean volleyball to close out the lead that Northwestern has and
starts with a good serve. Yeah, let's get a good serve from Moravec. Here it is. That is good to the back line, rather. And then Northwestern hits it out. So there you go. Make a mistake there for the Wildcats. 21-20. Iowa hanging around.
Just 1 point at a time.
Yep. Good serve and then gets set up, right? Here's Moravec. She's ready. Takes her time. Takes a run at it. Leaps. Sends it over. And it was out. Far corner tried to bring it near sideline and hit it wide. 22-20, Northwestern. They're back on serve now. Hernandez, sophomore from Bloomington, Illinois. She'll serve it over. And that's an ace. Took a dive and fell right in front of Darling. 23-20. Northwestern with the lead. Coach Barnes will call a timeout. Second of the third set to bring his team together towards the end of the third set here. Northwestern took the first set 26-24. Very close, very competitive. Second set 25-21. Now they're up 23-20 right now in set number 3. This timeout, a player-led timeout, as they usually do start out when Coach Barnes calls the timeout before maybe intervening, but a lot of chatter amongst the players. Now Coach Barnes will come into the huddle and talk to his team.
Yeah, and I could imagine the seniors have a lot to say in this huddle. You know, it's their night, it's their day.
Yeah.
You can't give up. Still a lot of game left.
Really impressed with how Iowa has played this afternoon. They've been in every point. It's been very competitive, playing hard, and certainly playing for one another. You could just sense that.
Yeah.
I mean, an inspired effort. Iowa jumps off the bench, gets back out onto the floor, breaking up their timeout. Northwestern walking onto the floor now. They've got the advantage 23-20 in the third set. Hernandez to serve. Here it comes. And that one doesn't clear the net. Error for Northwestern. Breath of life for the Hawks here. 23-21. Down by 2. Darling will serve. Darling ready. Here's the serve. Cleared the net. Northwestern set to the near side. Kill opportunity blocked by Vesti. Over to Northwestern side. Joust at the net. Buettner hit it down. Northwestern kept it alive. Cross court. Darling popped it up. Another joust. And Northwestern off the block now for Iowa. Ortega sets it up near side. Deary. Back to Deary. She'll have another crack at it. This one hits the top of the net. Northwestern popped it up far side. Poked over. Deary's there to cover. Ortega sets it up for Vesti, who just punches it over. Long rally here. Northwestern with the kill.
Really great effort by the Hawks. That was an exciting rally.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of a low set there for Vesti on that last attack, and she just had to dink it over, and Northwestern was able to run a full-speed offense.
Coach Barnes coming over to the scorers table. Looks like he's going to challenge. I think he had asking for a challenge. The players are really the ones asking for this challenge. They came over to Coach Barnes, and I think it has something to do with Northwestern players sliding under the net, something along those lines is what I'm hearing.
I'm not sure what point in the rally that happened. I didn't see anything, but if the players are confident, we'll see what happens.
And there's no timetable on a challenge. It can happen at any point during the
any
time
point
during
in the rally.
point.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. So they can look at if the player touches the net at any point, they can look at that.
I guess I did notice Caitlin Butner. It was towards the beginning of the point, I believe. She had pointed at somebody when she just tried to set it over on one, right? And then Northwestern kind of came forward and slid close to the net, I guess. I'm not sure. We'll have to see if they were under the net and whatnot. But quick review. Wow, very fast review.
Yes.
Hoping that that's a good omen, but we'll see. No. Not.
Okay.
Challenge unsuccessful for the Hawks, and it will be match point for Northwestern. 24-21. Wildcats with the lead. Northwestern serving for the match. Serve received by Moravec. Uh-oh. Hit it over. And the Wildcats are able to kill it at the net on the free ball. Northwestern wins the third set 25-21. And sweep the Hawkeyes this afternoon on Senior Day. Northwestern wins the first set 26-24, second set 25-21, and third set 25-21. Great effort by Iowa today. Good team performance. Came up just short this afternoon. We'll have head coach of the Hawkeyes, Jim Barnes, come over and give his quick thoughts before the Senior Day festivities take place. Coach Barnes making his way over now, and we'll get the word from him. Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Jim Barnes, joining us now. Coach, your thoughts on today's match?
Well, we competed well, gave ourselves a chance, but you need to make plays, especially when it counts there at the end. And all three sets, they made the plays. I was proud of Amanda going in at libero, who has been out a little bit and really battled hard for us in that position. We've been struggling in that position. But it's just tough whenever you're right there and you just need to make some plays and don't do it.
Yeah, although the result was the same, the effort, the feel of this match was much different than Friday night, Coach.
Yeah, we passed better, and so again it allowed us to be close in the match, and that's part where I was grateful. Amanda went in the game and helped that part of the game. Just every time, whenever it was clutch at the end, we just didn't make the plays, and our team doesn't have a lot of returning experience and a lot of trust there, and it's showing against these teams that do have more trust.
A message about the senior class, Coach.
Love them to death. They all came here to represent, Hawkeyes and fight for it. Some have been here all 4 years. Some have just ended their career here through transfer. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't be more proud of how hard they've worked to try to get this program right and their effort.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Jim Barnes, on our post-game show from Extreme this afternoon. Northwestern sweeps Iowa 3-0 on Senior Day at Extreme. Okay, Reagan, you get the final word on today's match.
Yeah, like I said before the match, just lots of high emotions for Senior Day. Not the result that Iowa wanted. But, there is one more home match against Nebraska. It's going to be a big one, sold-out crowd, like you said earlier. Nebraska, we have nothing to lose. Nebraska has everything to lose. Mm-hmm. So I think they would, it's going to be a big match, obviously. But Northwestern took a set from Nebraska. We're able to take a set from Nebraska. It's just got to be lights-out play by Iowa. And
bring the inspired effort that we saw today,
exactly,
right?
Exactly, yeah.
Something to be proud of. And I know the result not great for Iowa today to lose 3-0, but wow, it just a lot of, I guess for us, a much different feel walking out here than Friday night, even though the result is the same.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
All right, Iowa will be back in action Friday, November 17th at Minnesota. The match will be streamed on Big Ten Plus at 7 p.m. up in Minneapolis before the home finale on the 19th here against Nebraska at 2 p.m. Sunday the 19th, the final chance to see the Hawks here at Extreme. That'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye volleyball today. Northwestern beats Iowa 3-0. All right, thanks for tuning in to Iowa Hawkeye Volleyball. For Reagan Coyle, I'm John Leo saying so long from Extreme Arena. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye. Some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this has been Iowa Hawkeye Volleyball, brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Wellmark, you're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes from Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield, University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives, and by Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.